So, I think that today, me and Pocahontas and Mulgully are gonna talk about loneliness and lonely stuff. So I spent some time talking to Aza today about how, like, even when I am around people or with someone I love or even if I am like fulfilled and have a good job and all this stuff, I still have an underlying sense of loneliness or that life is unsatisfactory or something like that. Like, I used to work at a daycare or doing nannying and stuff like that, working with kids. And I felt like it was really unfulfilling. And now I work in a garden, and I do find much more enjoyment from working at a garden. It's much more fulfilling, but there's various tasks or something that is kind of like, oh, well, those aren't the ones that, like, I still find reasons why not to like wherever I'm at. So even though things are going well, I still am very capable of, oh, that's brighter, finding reasons as to why something isn't the way I want it to be. And that is just because I think because I'm still working on finding peace and happiness and as I am finding more of those things within myself, then no matter what the situations are, I can be a little bit more at peace with them. So, and with talking about loneliness, me and Asa had a good conversation about it. And that isn't she pretty? She been eating all her food herself too. I wasn't even using the spoon, she just eating it.
Good.
But that the loneliness is deep within myself. And I think I was reading some of that with in the art of joyful living with the Buddhist dude, the Tibetan monk dude or whatever. That maybe I'll just play the conversation what I said, because clearly words aren't functioning. Right, Polka? Man, she's so cute. Polka, why are you too cute? Here, this will make it easier. Ready? I'm just gonna play what I said. I'm not gonna play what Aza said because I didn't ask if I could share her vocalities. Oh yeah, and in my video yesterday there were so many orbs. And I caught another orb today in the video that I sent to Aza. Like, there's a lot of orbs. So that's pretty cool. Alright, here we go.
So where's David's new job at? Does it seem like it's gonna go pretty well? And thanks for spewing all those words. Every time we say, oh, sorry, I think I'm rambling again. I think, nah, Aza, you're speaking truth. You're speaking a lot of stuff that makes a lot of sense to me. And to me, it's not rambling, even if it is going in a very forward motion and making a lot of sense. And so I appreciate the train of thoughts. Ethan told me one time, and I was in a really bad mood. I was just having a really hard time that day, and he's like, yeah, you're just going on your Rachel brain carousel. And it made me so upset and so hurt that I just told him all these sorts of really significant, important things to me, and then he said that I was going on a brain carousel. But I think that brain carousels are beautiful and they make a lot of sense, and for someone to put that much energy and effort into formulating all those words for that one person to hear, that's pretty important. So I shall go on you with the brain carousels, and we can ride the carousel together. And I'm going to choose the frog, and it's got to be one of them that goes up and down. It can't be one of those stationary bullshit kind of carousel things. You got to have one that's up and down. What is your animal going to be? So you can choose to be on the animal next to me or in front of me, because you can't, well, if you choose one next to me, you might not go on the up and down, so you probably need to be in front or behind of me. So I'm riding the frog. I like what you said about that no one really knows me, and I think it's kind of interesting because do I really know myself? I'm working on it. I'm trying to learn myself more and more, and I'm doing my best to learn more about myself. But I think I feel like I think it makes a good point, because why are you so lonely? Because no one really knows me or knows you. And then if you don't feel like anyone really, really gets you or really relates to you, then it would make sense that you would feel lonely. So I think that's pretty cool, and that makes a lot of sense with everything that I've been studying and learning about too, about how to get to know myself and stuff. So yeah, maybe in this journey of getting to know myself, the loneliness could possibly decrease. I don't know, because I hope that as I get to know myself, I can become more and more of my friend. But don't need to dwell on the future of what could be, because what is, and if that is how it is right now, I think that makes a lot of sense. Since I've started smoking the CBD stuff, there's something that's really nice about just smoking, and I understand why I really liked smoking cigarettes, is because you just go outside and you light up your cigarette or your pipe or whatever, and you just sit there or stand there and you just smoke. And usually most of the time when people go out and they're smoking, they're not really doing that much besides just standing there. And so it's like an act of mindfulness, and just being present and observing, or thinking whatever your thoughts are going to do and let them flow. I wrote, no one really knows me, and I put it up on my shadow door. So I don't know what the shadow door is going to be used for, but hopefully it gets really, really dark. And so it's kind of interesting that getting to know myself, or learning more about me, or becoming my friend, I am embracing so much darkness. because it feels so counterintuitive to compare to what Christian beliefs are. Like my mom, she was talking about her negative ways of thinking or something, and just how she was like pushing them away and telling them to stop and all this stuff, and it's kind of like, I guess everyone's got to figure out their own way of which it works for them. But I feel like embracing.
Oh, my phone went to sleep. Ah, no.
And just how she was like pushing them away and telling them to stop and all this stuff, and it's kind of like, I guess everyone's got to figure out their own way of which it works for them. But I feel like embracing the darkness seems to be much more productive for me rather than trying to suppress it. And I like it because I'm dark anyways. And I remember there was one time before I moved, when I was living at the apartment, and I think it was Eric who wanted to hang out. And I was like, that was when I was doing the mental health journey then as well. And I was like, no, I don't think I should hang out today. I think I just need to stay here and be alone and face my fears of being alone. And I stayed inside the whole day, shut myself inside, and I faced it, which was pretty interesting. And I'm trying to do that more and more. But I'm also trying to relax into it too. Lots of relaxing and taking it easy in this journey. And not too much pressure. I love you. Thanks for the compliments on my butt. Yeah, you can send me the lingerie pictures when you get home, baby. I love you. And being lonely isn't a bad thing. Because if loneliness is just another emotion, and all emotions are alright and okay and acceptable, then to be lonely is just fine too. And it's good. Just like it is to feel any other emotion, because they're all just chemical reactions in your brain anyways. It's interesting to take a step back from emotions and kind of view them a little like more objectively. And you know,
Oh, darn it. Well, I wanted to pause it because I wanted to sing. Love and all emotions are just chemical reactions in your brain. In your brain. It's a good song by Savage Garden. I don't know the name of it though. Love, come quickly, 'cause I feel my self-esteem is caving in. It's in my skin. Okay, we're gonna skip half of that last message because I accidentally shut it.
oops, I don't know where that one cut off.
Oh,
But I've always liked my darkness. It's always made me feel different or unique or mysterious. I don't know. Darkness.
Gun poke?
It's just, I don't know. Why do I like darkness? Because ominous. It has this unknown mystery about it. And I've always liked it. Even when I first started, like, getting depression when I was 12. Or whenever. I was young. But it was alright by me to have darkness. But my parents did not like it. They tried to push it out of me. So that probably even made me darker and darker. sometimes if my parents didn't try and keep me from being dark and going towards darkness, if they allowed me to do it, would I have gotten as dark as I am? Not as though it really matters, because it's all hearsay and hypotheticals. Just an interesting thought to ponder. It just, I guess when it's the depression aspect of darkness, and that kind of darkness, when it's all encompassing and you don't have any light, then it's a little bit overwhelming and just too low. But when you have the right amount of darkness and you can balance it because you can work with it, then it's a good amount of darkness. But too much darkness, that's too much. And then you just get too dark and you can't function at all. So that one's not very fun. So I guess you gotta, if you're gonna be dark, you gotta have the yin and the yang. I don't know. Aw, my cats have been so cuddly lately. They've all just come up and laid right next to me and stuff. Now Wayne just came over and laid next to me too. It's really sweet.
Alright, that's that. I think that's all the words. All the informations that I wanted to share today. Got anything to add, Brandon? Got anything to add, Mowgli? Don't look at me like that. Why are you looking at me? He knows what's happening tomorrow. He sees it in my eyes. Tomorrow Mowgli's got to be outside all day because we're having an inspection, and so yeah, Mowgli, I know. It'll be alright, okay? It'll just be for one day. So I've been working with him, getting him to go outside for several hours a day. Now he thinks he's got fleas. And Polka, you got anything to add? Nope. Alright, that's it. Thanks for listening to the conversation I had with Aza. I hope it was very educational. Alright. Good night. Oh, Bigfoot Spud has something to add. Don't kill spiders, because in a previous lifetime you might have been a spider. So don't kill us. Thank you. Good night.